Hello and welcome to the Kelle channel. So I've been talking about this for a while that I was going to start doing some like little cooking demonstrations and little things like that, flour arranging, who knows what I'm going to do. And so just so that you know, that sound is little Dylan. That's who she is. And her mom is my camera lady. So if you hear those little doodly sounds, that's who that is. So one of the things that I'm going to do today is I am going to do preserved lemons. So preserved lemons are Moroccan, and a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I know what preserved lemons are, and then they don't want to do anything with them or are afraid to do anything with them. So the thing is that preserved lemons, I try and equate it with a green olive. If you like green olives, you will totally love preserved lemons. And if you love lemons, if you hate lemons, you won't like this, so just fast forward through all of this. So what you want to do is you want to get a good quality lemon. Lemons are great. Organic are usually the best. They're very juicy usually, but you can use any old lemon. What you're going to want to do is get like a sponge or something and clean them under water really, really well, because we're going to be using these and putting these in a jar, so you want to make sure that they're clean. You'll need a mason jar of some sort of glass jar. It doesn't have to be mason. Something that has a good firm lid on it, and a glass jar, because if you do something plastic or something, you know, lemons are very acidic, so they can like eat through stuff. And then you'll need either a muddler, which is this, which is used for cocktails and stuff, or you'll just need a wooden spoon. And then you'll need kosher salt. And that is pretty much it, and some lemons. So you're gonna have clean lemons. We're gonna cut them here in a second. And these can be used in a number of ways. You can use the brine that's gonna be left in them. Now this isn't something you're gonna do today and have ready today. This is something that you're gonna do, and in 30 days, I know that seems like a long time, but in 30 days, they'll be ready and the skin will be soft, because the salt is going to like kick the lemon's butt and make it all smooshy and delicious. So let's get started. So we have some clean lemons here. I have 3 here for this little jar, which seems ridiculous. You just don't know. So what you'll do is we're gonna get these lemons and we're just gonna cut them. Now, there are some recipes that just get the lemon and cut it this way and cut it this way, and then you pack it with salt and then put it in a big jar. I prefer this method, which are these little bits that happen. And I prefer those because I feel like they're easier to use on a day-to-day basis, but you can totally do whatever you want. So you can cut them lengthwise or on the wedge. So it's totally up to you. I'm gonna do that. And I kind of cut them in the sizes that I think I'm probably gonna use them. Also, it's dependent on the size of your jar that you have. You don't have to take the seeds out at all, because that's not gonna even be a factor. So anytime you would use a green olive, you would use a preserved lemon. They're kind of fabulous. Hey Lily, what are you doing? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm going to put it, actually, scratch that. I'm going to get a little bit of salt. This is just kosher salt. And then I'm gonna put that in the bottom, and then I'm gonna start layering in the lemons. Now, you can use your fingers to do this, or this is where the muddler or the back end of a spoon comes in handy, and you just wanna smash it in. What you're trying to do is get all the liquid out as much as possible, and then you just start layering them in. And so forth and so on. Now, I'll put about 3 slices in and smush it. And I mean, you are wanting to, like, this is a good frustration release for all those moms out there, or dads who just want an upper body workout. So I'm gonna show you this so you can look at, and then you just put another layer of salt. So look at that. And that's what that's gonna look like. So you just keep adding it in and smushing it in, and then layer it with salt. So maybe for this, you're gonna do 3, and I mean, it squirts it out. And that's the whole point, is you're trying to get as much liquid out as humanly possible. And when you squeeze it, the juice should rise to the top. Dylan really knows what we're doing here today. So anyway, you just keep layering it, keep putting salt in there, and be kind of generous with your salt because that's what's going to help to break it down. So I'm working with a big lemon. You know, a lot of lemons are smaller. And one of the good ways that you can choose limes and lemons at the grocery store is a heavy lemon or lime has a lot of juice in it. If you pick up 2 different limes and one is heavier, that means that it's got more liquid in it. If you pick up one and it's crazy light, that means you're not going to be able to get a lot of juice out of it. So I keep doing that, putting some of that in there. And the whole point is that you want to get this so that the brine, which is the lemon juice, is coming over the top of the lemons when you close the lid on it. And it may splash out and all that kind of stuff, but that's totally okay. So you want to do that. So as you can see here, I've kind of got, and I'm going to show this so that you can see. Do you see that liquid that's totally squishing out? Stormy says yes, which means it's happening. That's what you want. I'm going to cut another lemon. So I'm guessing this is going to be about 1 1/4 lemons is that I'm using. And you can cut it on the wedge like this. Just how you would, you know, for a cocktail or whatnot. Now, speaking of cocktails, this could be used in martini, Bloody Mary. The juice could be used for those as well. And that would be a good thing to use. I'm just going to cut some more of this and put it right in the center. They're good to cut up and use in salads, like a rice salad, a cold rice salad. They're good with roasted vegetables, chicken, anything like that. Salads, you know, like a vinaigrette, you can mix it in with that. I'm going to show you here in a second how you're going to cut it. But you can see the liquid is totally coming out and all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what you're wanting. So you've layered it with salt and lemons and salt and lemons and salt and lemons. And then you've used the back of your spoon or the handle of your spoon to get in there and really smash it down like you mean it. And then we're just going to put that lid on there. And that's pretty much it. And as you can see, they're in there. And it looks salty and briny, which is the whole point. Now, you're going to put this in your refrigerator and let it sit for 30 days. And then at the end of 30 days, you'll get something like these over here. So this is the preserved lemon. And you can see how it's like very pliable. And it's got this pith in there. I've read recipes where you can use that or you don't have to. You pull this out and you discard that or use it. And then what happens is this is full of salty brine. Now, if you are a saltaholic and want that saltiness, you can totally do that. Or you just get you some water and rinse it off. Also, if this has been in your refrigerator for a while, there will be, because this is a fermented item, there may be some white residue on it. That is totally okay, totally safe. But what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna rinse that off as well. And then what you do is you take it and you like put this on the rim of a glass and be like, I made preserved lemons and I'm cool. Or you can cut this up in a dice and you can mix it into a salad, into any kind of dish like that. And that's all it is. And it's a salty burst of lemon in your mouth. And it's perfect for any kind of cooking you want to do. In a salad, it's just like an olive, and it's so, so good. But these will last in your refrigerator for a very long time. Like I said, when you get finished and you don't have any lemons in there anymore, use that salty brine. You can use it in salad dressings, cocktails, all that kind of good stuff. And that is how you make preserved lemons. Super easy. That's what this whole program is going to be about. Just super fun, super easy ways to use everyday things and how to use them. And be of mind, I will be doing a class, a video class, on how to make salads. And I'll be using these little gems. So hopefully in a month, you'll be prepared and ready. Thanks so much for tuning in and have a jam good day.